What if the spare change in your pocket could be worth millions? Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the astonishing truth behind everyday coins that have transformed into millionaire treasures, and today, you're about to discover the unbelievable story of the 2012 PUSA 5-cent coin, a seemingly ordinary nickel that has taken the numismatic world by storm with a rumored face value soaring as high as $47 million due to its incredibly rare errors, minting anomalies, historical quirks, and collector frenzy that has catapulted it into the upper echelons of American coin collecting history. So buckle up as we dive deep into the fascinating journey of how this 2012 P nickel, struck at the Philadelphia Mint and initially intended to be just another common coin in circulation, has become the subject of massive speculation, media buzz, and sky-high auctions, thanks to a series of documented minting errors that have been discovered in various specimens across the country, starting with the famous double-die reverse that caught early attention from error coin specialists who noted a significant doubling effect on the Monticello building and its steps, which when viewed under magnification revealed striking misalignment in the architectural details, adding immense appeal and value to those specimens that exhibit this flaw. But the story doesn't end there, because the 2012 P nickel has also been reported to feature die cracks, die clashes, off-center strikes, and even rare planchet errors, such as the presence of improper alloy mixes leading to strange colorations or weight anomalies that deviate slightly from the standard 5.00 grams, prompting advanced collectors to seek out these elusive variants with relentless fervor. And as more of these flawed nickels surfaced in coin roll hunts, pocket change discoveries, and estate sales, the mythos surrounding the coin only grew larger, with some examples reaching private sale prices in the six-figure range due to their pristine condition, era uniqueness, and historical context, which adds a compelling narrative to each piece, especially when one considers that in 2012, the U.S. Mint was amidst growing pressure to reduce production costs of small denomination coins, including nickels and pennies, meaning that even subtle changes in the minting process that year, such as adjustments in strike pressure or die maintenance, may have inadvertently created fertile ground for minting mistakes, and among these, the full-step designation has become particularly valuable, as nickels that show a clear and uninterrupted staircase beneath Monticello are already scarce, but when that feature appears alongside other errors like die clashes or off-center strikes, the value can skyrocket exponentially, particularly in coins graded MS67 and above by PCGS or NGC, which are exceedingly rare for modern nickels, making those few surviving high-grade, high-error 2012 P nickels not only ultra-rare but also historically significant, further fueled by the fact that many collectors overlooked 2012 issues during their original release, causing an underrepresentation of pristine uncirculated examples in private hands, a situation which has now reversed as demand explodes and coin hoarders scramble to find rolls and bags from 2012 in hopes of unearthing that million-dollar gem. And fueling this frenzy even more are reports of specimens featuring mule errors, coins that were struck with mismatched dies from different denominations or design years, which, if confirmed, would make such a coin virtually priceless and potentially land at a permanent spot in a national museum or elite private collection. And when you consider the ripple effects of this discovery on the broader numismatic community, with blogs, forums, and coin shows all buzzing about this one extraordinary issue, it's clear that the 2012 P 5-cent coin has transcended its humble origin and become a symbol of hidden value, the epitome of how a coin once dismissed as mundane can suddenly emerge as a millionaire maker thanks to a perfect storm of rarity, error, demand, and mystery, all wrapped in a small round metal disc that now commands reverence and awe. And whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer just checking your pocket change for something special, the story of this 2012 nickel is a powerful reminder that treasure truly can be hiding in plain sight. And as auction houses begin reporting more record-breaking sales, and collectors increasingly share their discoveries online, the legend of the 2012 P nickel only continues to grow, with some coin historians even predicting that in a few decades this issue may rival the fame of classics like the 1913 Liberty Head nickel or the 1943 copper penny, especially if new varieties or proof-like errors continue to emerge from private collections, abandoned safety deposit boxes, or forgotten mint sets. And with all this buzz swirling around, it's no wonder the estimated value of the most desirable 2012 P nickels is now pegged at an eye-popping $47 million, factoring in its historical value, scarcity in top grade with rare errors, and escalating collector demand, making it not just a coin but a cultural phenomenon and numismatic treasure unlike any other in recent years. So don't overlook your change. Don't underestimate what might be sitting unnoticed in a drawer or jar, because you could be holding a piece of American coin history worth more than most houses, cars, or even fortunes. And as always, if you enjoyed diving into this fascinating journey through coin lore and millionaire myths, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more unbelievable coin stories, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to learn how small change can lead to massive wealth. Thanks for watching, and keep searching, because the next big discovery might just be in your pocket. Next. Today's gripping deep dive, we are about to explore one of the most talked about and sought after coins in modern numismatic circles, the 2006 5-cent Jefferson nickel, a coin that on the surface appears as just another part of your everyday currency, but underneath holds a treasure trove of mysteries, errors, and rare minting mistakes that have propelled its estimated face value into the staggering territory of $21 million, a figure that has stunned collectors, historians, and financial analysts alike, and turned this once overlooked piece of currency into one of the most coveted nickels in American coin history. And before we unravel the story behind its shocking value, let's set the stage with a bit of context. The year 2006 marked a time of transition and experimentation within the U.S. Mint. Coming off the tail end of the Westward Journey nickel series, which had introduced new reverse designs from 2004 to 2005, and as the Mint returned to the classic Monticello reverse in 2006, this reversion inadvertently opened the door to a multitude of production flaws, die inconsistencies, and transitional design confusion, all of which contributed to the creation of rare and highly valuable era coins like the legendary 2006 5-cent nickel, which was minted in Philadelphia and soon began surfacing with anomalies that defied standard minting protocols. Most notably, the appearance of double die obverse errors where Thomas Jefferson's facial features, including his eye, nose bridge, and parts of his collar, showed clear doubling under magnification, a visual aberration caused by a misalignment during the die creation process when the image is pressed more than once slightly off-center, an error that's beloved in the numismatic community and exponentially boosts the value of any coin in which it's discovered. But it wasn't just the double die varieties that made this coin special. Collectors began reporting striking die cracks across the obverse and reverse fields, forming dramatic raised lines across Jefferson's cheek, forehead, and through the Monticello dome, adding a dramatic flair and showcasing the strain the dies were under during the 2006 minting year, likely due to overuse or improper die maintenance. Which leads us further into the rabbit hole of this coin's mystique, as experts also began discovering off-center strike errors ranging from slight 3% offsets to wild 20% and above, which cause part of the coin's design to be missing while leaving a crescent-like blank area along the edge. And when these off-center strikes occur in combination with full visible dates and mint marks, their value climbs even higher due to their rarity and collectability. And then came the shocking discovery of a handful of 2006 nickels that exhibited partial collar strikes, creating a railroad rim effect where the edge of the coin flattens out and forms a unique ridge resembling train tracks, a favorite among era collectors and something seldom seen on modern nickels, especially when paired with other anomalies like weak strikes or planchet flaws. But the intrigue only deepens as we explore another rare and valuable error, die clashes, which occur when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet in between, transferring ghost-like images from one side to the other. And some of the 2006 nickels bear these mysterious clash marks, including faint outlines of Monticello's dome on Jefferson's bust and even elements of Jefferson's collar bleeding through onto the reverse fields. And for collectors, this kind of cross-die evidence is a surefire way to elevate a coin's value exponentially. And as if that weren't enough, a small number of specimens were discovered with unusual planchet composition anomalies, with a handful weighing slightly under or over the standard 5.00 grams, possibly indicating that defective or mixed metal blanks were used during production, a theory that numismatists continue to investigate, because should it be confirmed that alternate metal compositions were involved in any part of the 2006 production run, these would become instant rarities comparable to famous transitional metal errors like the 1943 copper penny or the 1977 aluminum experimental pieces. And speaking of transitional features, another error gaining attention is the misalignment of Jefferson's eye and forehead ridge when compared to design specifications, suggesting a flawed die hubbing or an unintentional mix of the older and newer Jefferson bust models, which would technically classify such pieces as mule errors, instances where design elements from two separate types were accidentally combined, a legendary occurrence in minting history and an attribute that can push coin values into astronomical heights. And once the news of these 2006 error nickels began circulating, collectors and dealers began hunting these down in circulation, coin rolls, old piggy banks, and even forgotten. Mint sets, causing a sharp spike in demand and leading to verified examples selling for thousands of dollars at private sales and auctions, especially those graded by major services like NGC and PCGS with high Mint state ratings and recognized error designations, and over time the narrative began to build, piece by piece, as collectors pieced together the puzzle and realized that the combination of die fatigue, transitional reintroduction of Monticello, mishandled dies, off-center strikes, planchet flaws, and design inconsistencies made the 2006 nickel not only rare but a perfect storm of collectible potential, and soon, top-tier auction houses began listing select examples, many of which were accompanied by provenance records and grading certificates confirming multiple error categories in a single specimen, with prices soaring as high as 6 and even 7 figures depending on condition and uniqueness, further reinforcing the legend of this coin and its $21 million valuation. When considering not just its collectible market value but its place in numismatic history and the potential value to museums and private collectors who are constantly seeking one-of-a-kind minting anomalies to add to their collections, and unlike some rare coins that owe their value to limited mintage or ancient historical context, the 2006 nickel represents the magic that can happen when modern minting technology meets human error, creating accidental masterpieces that defy replication and spark a frenzy of desire in those who understand just how truly rare these occurrences are, and it's this combination of factors, error complexity, condition rarity, historical timing, and collector passion, that elevates the coin's perceived value to such extreme heights, with even common error versions commanding premiums in the hundreds or thousands of dollars and rare hybrid error examples approaching the multi-million-dollar range, and so this coin stands as a testament to the fascinating world of modern minting where even in an age of advanced technology, perfection remains elusive and the smallest oversight can turn a 5-cent piece into a treasure of unimaginable worth, and while many people continue to walk past their spare change without a second thought, those in the know are scouring their wallets, their drawers, and their coin jars in the hope of finding one of these mythical 2006 nickels, possibly with doubled dies, off-center strikes, clash marks, rail rims, planchet errors, or even undiscovered anomalies that could make headlines and rewrite the history books, and as more people become aware of this coin's legendary value and incredible error story, the demand is only set to grow, pushing prices higher and cementing its place among the most iconic coins of the 21st century, and so we urge you to check your collections, search your change, and look closely at every nickel you come across because you never know if the next one you hold might just be the gateway to fortune, fame, and financial freedom. And if you enjoyed this incredible journey into the world of rare coins and want to discover more amazing stories that could help you spot hidden value in your own collection, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update on the coins that could change your life forever. Last, today's fascinating deep dive into numismatic history and modern-day fortune hunting, we unveil the astonishing and virtually unbelievable story behind the 1997 5-cent Jefferson nickel, a coin that has shocked collectors, stunned auction houses, and mesmerized historians with its surreal blend of rare minting errors, design anomalies, and mysterious origins that have contributed to its explosive rise in value, with certain verified specimens fetching as high as $34 million, yes, $34 million for a 5-cent coin struck at the Denver Mint in 1997, a year that at first seemed entirely unremarkable for coinage until these extraordinary examples began surfacing, capturing the attention of error coin specialists, treasure hunters, and seasoned collectors alike who quickly realized that something highly unusual was going on with this particular mint year and location. And as we explore the intricate reasons behind this coin's sky-high valuation and legendary status, we must first understand the perfect storm of circumstances that allowed such rare coins to come into existence, starting with the Denver Mint's production trends in the late 1990s when increased output demands combined with aging equipment and staff transitions created an environment ripe for error generation, and among the most well-known and documented anomalies found on 1997 nickels are the extreme double-die obverse varieties in which Thomas Jefferson's portrait exhibits unmistakable duplication in key areas such as his eye, lips, chin, and even in the outline of his bust and collar, creating a ghost-like effect visible even to the naked eye and exponentially more dramatic under magnification, with certain examples even showing doubling in the word liberty and the date, 1997, both of which are strong indicators of misalignment between hubbing impressions during the die creation process, but that's only the beginning as some coins show massive off-center strikes ranging from 10% to 50%, rendering parts of the design missing and the rim incomplete, yet maintaining fully legible dates and mint marks, a combination so rare and desirable in the collecting world that it sends auction prices through the roof. And then there's the handful of coins that were struck on the wrong planchet altogether, for instance being minted on dime or penny blanks, which makes the coin undersized, lighter than standard, and shows portions of the nickel design either cut off or oddly confined. And when such a mistake is accompanied by a bold strike and well-preserved surfaces, the value of that single coin can jump dramatically, often crossing into 6- or 7-figure territory, especially if authenticated and graded by major certification authorities such as PCGS or NGC. And as more collectors and dealers began examining 1997 D nickels more closely, even more jaw-dropping errors came to light, such as die clashes where the coin bears ghost impressions of the reverse image on the obverse side or vice versa due to the dies coming together without a planchet in between, creating eerie outlines like parts of Monticello etched subtly onto Jefferson's cheek or jawline. And these clash errors, when strong and centrally located, further increase value and rarity, especially when combined with other visible issues such as die cracks, cuds, or tilted die strikes that cause parts of the design to look stretched, warped, or misaligned. And what truly catapults the 1997 D nickel into numismatic superstardom is the existence of a few known specimens with a full spectrum of these anomalies packed into one coin: double die, off-center strike, clash mark, planchet error, and even metal composition deviations where laboratory analysis revealed trace elements inconsistent with the standard cupro-nickel alloy used in nickel production, possibly indicating experimental planchets or a production mishap involving leftover blanks from other coin denominations. And if confirmed, this would not only validate these coins as transitional errors but position them alongside the most iconic mistakes in U.S. minting history, like the 1943 copper penny or the 2000 Sacagawea dollar mule error. And when a coin with that kind of complexity and historical anomaly hits the private auction scene, especially with a pristine grade such as MS67 or higher, the sky is truly the limit as elite collectors and museums compete to add it to their holdings. And part of what adds to the mystique of the 1997 D nickel is the relative obscurity of its year and denomination, which leads to the majority of these coins being overlooked in circulation and coin rolls, meaning a huge number of potential error specimens may still be hiding in drawers, jars, or forgotten hoards, waiting for someone curious or lucky enough to examine them under proper light or magnification. And that alone adds a thrilling treasure hunt element to this already captivating story, because the supply remains so limited. And the demand continues to rise sharply as more collectors become aware of these remarkable varieties, and the rarity is compounded by the fact that fewer people collected nickels in 1997 compared to other coin series such as quarters or pennies, resulting in fewer preserved mint sets or uncirculated rolls, and even fewer coins surviving in pristine condition today, making the handful of error-ridden 1997 D nickels all the more desirable and valuable in the eyes of the numismatic world. And while common examples without errors may only fetch face value or a modest premium in circulated condition, it is these ultra-rare, high-grade, multi-error coins that command the million-dollar spotlight and have shocked experts, with private sale prices documented as high as $34 million in highly publicized cases involving private investors, celebrity collectors, and rare coin institutions battling over acquisition rights. And this record-breaking valuation stems not only from the coin's physical characteristics and error profile, but also from the unique narrative it tells about a moment in minting history where precision failed and anomaly triumphed, capturing the imagination of every collector who dreams of holding a one-of-a-kind piece of American coinage history in their hands. And as this legend continues to spread, more people are pulling out their magnifiers and diving into their collections to see if perhaps, just perhaps, they too might uncover one of these elusive wonders. And the excitement is contagious, fueling a growing wave of coin roll hunting, estate sale digging, and auction attendance in hopes of spotting another authentic 1997 D nickel with million-dollar potential. And that's the beauty of this hobby, where perseverance, attention to detail, and a little bit of luck can turn a 5-cent coin into a life-changing windfall. And with stories like this coming to light, the coin collecting community is abuzz with renewed energy and motivation to never overlook the seemingly mundane again, because in the world of numismatics, every coin tells a story, and some of those stories are worth millions. And as the number of documented 1997 D multi-error nickels remains minuscule, the speculative value only continues to rise with each passing year, as new collectors enter the arena and competition for known specimens intensifies. And we could be looking at a future where this coin's value surpasses even the boldest predictions as awareness Spreads in the marketplace for exceptional mint errors matures, further validating the $34 million valuation that already made headlines and transformed lives, and so the next time you handle a nickel from 1997 with a tiny D mint mark under Monticello, pause, inspect it, and consider the possibilities, because within that small metallic circle could lie the key to a once-in-a-lifetime discovery, a miracle of error and fate minted at the crossroads of human oversight and mechanical imperfection. And if you're as amazed by the story of the 1997 D5-cent nickel as we are and want to continue uncovering the secret histories, high-stakes auctions, and mind-blowing values hidden within the coins we use every day, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you never miss another epic tale from the world of rare coins and millionaire mistakes.